Good morning everyone. My name is Anjali Jaiswal. I am pursuing MSc Food Technology from Institute of Agriculture Science BHU, and today I am going to present my presentation on the topic Advances in Processing and Preservation by Refrigeration. So first of all, why we need preservation of any particular food? We need to preserve that particular food by which we can consume it for the longer time. Like if we want to, if we have something and I don't want to eat right now and I want to eat it after 1 week or 2 weeks. So it depends on the shelf life of the product that at what temperature and at what time it is going to degrade. That's why we can just take the food after that particular time by which we can eat it. So, food preservation, basically refrigeration is a food technique of food preservation by low temperature. So, temperature management is an important tool to control both physical and biological deterioration in foods. Temperature has a game in the food, plays a very important role. Means by only the factor temperature, the food get spoiled or food get not spoiled. So low temperature treatment applied during handling, transportation and storage is the easiest and most effective method to extend the shelf life or prolong the shelf life without losing any nutritional quality. So, low temperature treatment can be defined as removing heat from the foods, which consequently decreases the temperature or can change the state from water to ice. Low temperature can be combined with other preservation techniques, or we can say hurdle for effective preservation. Like in the case of pasteurization, we have to basically first of all we have to heat the milk and we have to cool down and then it can be stored in refrigeration temperature. So it has many technique that has been combined to preserve the particular milk. Like first we give heat, that we can say thermal treatment, and then we store it into the refrigeration temperature. So there is a two techniques which is combined for the preservation of milk. In several food products it can be applied. So low temperature can be produced by either refrigeration or chilling or freezing. Refrigeration is in this preservation of foods at temperature above freezing and below 15 degrees Celsius, means it ranges from 0 degrees Celsius to 15 degrees Celsius, that we call it refrigeration or chilling. It is used to reduce the rate of biochemical and microbiological changes so that the shelf life of fresh and processed food can be prolonged. Chilling causes minimal changes to sensory characteristics and nutritional properties of food. So, in refrigeration, the quality is we can say it is negligible. The quality is not deteriorated at much. It deteriorates or it loses its quality to a very negligible point. Refrigeration retards growth of microorganisms, moisture loss, post-harvest and post-slaughter metabolic activities of plant and animal tissues, respectively. Deteriorative chemical reactions including enzymes, catalyzed oxidative browning or oxidation of lipids. Like we have, if we cut an apple, it gets its color change and it looks like it appears like brownish color. So it is due to the enzyme activity which is a polyphenol oxidase. So if we just put into the refrigeration after cutting, so the enzymes can be inactivated at that temperature. Chemical changes associated with color degradation, autolysis of fish, and loss of nutritive value of foods. So the categories of chilled foods according to storage temperature range, that is from -1 degree Celsius to 1 degree Celsius, we can store fresh fish, meats, sausages, smoked meat, and ground meat. At 0 degree to 5 degree Celsius, we can store pasteurized milk, canned meat, cream, salad, sandwiches, baked foods, soup, sauces, and yogurt. At 0 degree to 8 degree Celsius, we can store soft fruits, fruit juices, cooked rice, or butter. So, three categories of refrigeration systems are high temperature system that ranges from -3.9 degrees Celsius to 7 degrees Celsius, or it may be high, used for air conditioning and cold storage equipment. Second one is medium temperature systems, that ranges between -3.9 degrees Celsius to -17.8 degrees Celsius, which is used for food storage and other applications. Low temperature system, that is it ranges from -17.8 degrees Celsius or lower. Use of refrigeration or chilling temperature. So basically in this slide we are going to just know that where we use this refrigeration temperature. So refrigerators and food displaying cabinets. So in local shop or in general shop, grocery shop, we have the refrigerator in which we have butter, milk, and cold drinks, many other beverages, and food displaying cabinets, just like in cake parlors or bakery shops. We have just displaying cakes around us. So it all kept in the refrigerated condition. Commercially cold stores and the controlled atmosphere storage facilities, that is CA storage. Now the objectives of cooling foods. So why we need to cool down the foods? So the objectives are: a fall in temperature by 10 degrees Celsius reduces the rate of the reaction by one half. We know that the food gets spoiled by the reactions happening in the product. So to reduce the rate of reaction, if we have temperature on at 10 degrees Celsius, the rate of the reactions get reduced by one half. Thus life of a food could be doubled by merely lowering its temperature by 10 degrees Celsius, or quadrupled by reducing 20 degrees Celsius from ambient temperature. Second one is bread is cooled after baking to facilitate slicing. If we have hot bread and we want to slice it, it can't be sliced in a good manner, or in a very tempting manner. So we have to just wait and cool the bread, and then after it facilitates slicing, and which will be in the proper shape. The second one is next one is beef is cooled after slaughtering or for aging to improve its sensory characteristics. In carbonated beverages, water is cooled before carbonation to increase the solubility of carbon dioxide. As we know that carbon dioxide has maximum solubility in the water when the temperature is low. So in carbonated beverages we have carbon dioxide, and we have the carbon dioxide gets incorporated when the water only when the water is cooled because of its higher solubility. Pre-treatment of food for low storage of temperature. Food raw materials get contaminated from different sources when they are gathered, harvested, or slaughtered. Beef carcasses are washed, dewatered, and stacked in chambers containing ultraviolet lamps. Eggs are dipped in suitable mineral oil for 12 to 14 hours after laying. This treatment retards dehydration as well as loss of carbon dioxide and maintains the quality of egg when brought inside the cold storage. Means before storage of eggs, we have to dip the eggs into a suitable mineral oil for 12 to 14 hours, which retards the dehydration and loss of carbon dioxide. Next one is fruits are also stored for overripe and underripe ones. Vegetables are washed, drained, and then stored. Lemons, papayas, or nectarines are immersed in hot water at 46 to 54 degrees Celsius for 1 minute, 1 to 4 minutes. Cucumbers and root crops are waxed to improve their appearance and keeping qualities. By the use of chemical in the products, fruits and vegetables are treated with chlorine, acetates, ozone, sulfur dioxide, methyl bromide to prevent the growth of microorganisms. Ripening of plantains is retarded by application of purafil, and ripening of mangoes is retarded by application of 2,4,5-trichlorophenoxy acetic acid. Sprouting of onions, potatoes, carrots is prevented by the application of phenyl carbamates, malic hydrazide, or vapors of nonyl alcohol. Ethylene gas is often used as a color modifier to degreen citrus fruits. So now for the irradiation, the sterilize the storing chambers equipped with ultraviolet lamps. Meat is often irradiated to destroy the surface microflora and parasites. Cold storage procedures, like where we have the cold storage. At home, we used to store onions, garlic, ginger, potatoes. In refrigerators, meat, fish, eggs, and other perishable foods at low temperature, that is 4 to 10 degrees Celsius. Fruits and vegetables can also be stored but must be washed and dewatered before the cold storage. Cold stores, we can store fruits, vegetables, and tubers in large capacity in cold stores. Factors that affecting cold storage of foods are temperature, relative humidity, composition of storage, atmosphere, and ventilation. So first of all, temperature. The refrigeration and storage temperature depends on, so the temperature of the refrigeration storage refrigerate the temperature of the refrigeration storage depends on the nature of food, then what type of food we are going to store. Estimated desired period of storage, composition of the storage, atmosphere, what is the atmosphere inside the refrigeration. Pre-treatment of raw material. 1 ton of green beans, sweet corn, okra, or green peas stored for 24 hours at 4.5 degrees Celsius generate over 252 kilocalories. 1 ton of carrots or potatoes stored for 24 hours at 4.5 degrees Celsius generate over 504 to 1260 kilocalories. Now the 1 ton of grapefruits, lemons, oranges, cabbage, onions and tomatoes is stored for 24 hours at 4.5 degrees Celsius generate over 504 to 1260 kilocalories. Animal tissues, firm, ripe fruits and vegetables stored at optimum chilling temperature and relative humidity for less than 2 weeks. Beef, mutton, poultry, fish, lemons, nectarines, cabbage, carrots, green peas and spinach stored just above freezing temperature for maximum storage life. Oranges, pineapples and potatoes that are stored at 2 to 7 degrees Celsius. Bananas, grapefruits, lemons, limes, mangoes, tomatoes, all are the product have suitable temperature for their storage. So good insulation. Insulation material should be non-toxic, strong and with low conducting properties. Now the temperature difference between refrigeration coils and storage atmosphere means that smaller temperature difference is preferable because large temperature difference promotes vapor condensation on cooling coils, which is undesirable. Relative humidity. High relative humidity encourages microbial growth. as we know that if a product having high humidity, it have lots of free moisture content which can be used by the microorganisms and are favorable for their growth. So at high RH encourage microbial growth, like molds and yeast can grow on 85 to 90% or 90 to 92% respectively relative humidity. Low relative humidity result in moisture loss like wilting in fruits. They can damage the tissues of the fruits and vegetables, also the animal tissues, and causes economic losses. Optimum relative humidity of a particular material depends on the storage temperature. Optimum relative humidity of meat is 92 degrees Celsius at 0 degrees Celsius, 92% at 0 degrees Celsius, 88% at 2.2 degrees Celsius, and 75% at 4.4 degrees Celsius. So, composition of storage temperature. Oxygen is decreased in a storage atmosphere from 21% to 10%. As we know that oxygen is the major gas which can be which is favorable for the microorganisms growth. So it should be in reduced amount. CO2 is increased in storage temperature from 0.04 to above 10%. Ozone may also be used where high relative humidity is applied to control microorganisms. For example, eggs can be kept well at relative humidity of 90% in presence of 1.5 ppm ozone, whereas eggs are kept at relative humidity of 85% in absence of ozone. Last one is control atmosphere storage. And the last factor of cold storage is ventilation. Ventilation process is used to prevent stale odors, flavors, and to remove them from atmosphere. To maintain uniform temperature and relative humidity inside the refrigeration storage, to maintain uniform product composition in a storage atmosphere. If proper ventilation and air circulation is not provided, then food placed in high relative humidity may undergo microbial decomposition. So the proper ventilation is very important for any storage of the food product. Desirable consequences of chilling temperature. So what are the consequences which are desirable in chilling temperature? Growth of mesophilic and thermophilic microbes is greatly retarded of chilling temperature. They can't be grow at chilling temperature, that is mesophilic microbes or thermophilic microbes. But psychrotropic microbes can grow in the range of 0 to 15 degrees Celsius because psychrotropic organisms require low temperature, but this growth rate is much slower. Rate of respiration and ripening usually declines the temperatures is reduced below 4 degrees Celsius, just like in the case of cyclometric fruit. Now, the undesirable consequences of chilling temperature. The first one is chilling injury. Chilling injury, it gets the product damaged to some extent, like its surface get spots, just like I have inserted the picture in the bottom right corner. It is the stage of that particular product of at damaging point. So it is damage to plant parts caused by temperatures above the freezing point, that is 0 degrees Celsius. Plants of tropical or subtropical origin are most susceptible to chilling injury. Chilling injured leaves may become purple or reddish in color, and in some cases the tissues get ruptured, that is wilting. Both flowers and fruit of sensitive species can be injured. Symptoms include surface lesions, pitings like dicks in the at the surface, internal discoloration, any other color which is not desirable to that particular product may be formed, failure to ripen normally, and increased susceptibility to decay organisms such as process like alternaria. Now the super chilling. It is the type of chilling in which food is stored just below the initial freezing temperature, that is from 1 to 2 degrees Celsius. Perishable foods. Perishable foods are that foods which have high moisture content. So perishable foods like fish and meat are treated with super chilling because they can't be stored at refrigeration temperature, so they need super chilling treatment. Storing food at chilling temperature has three main advantages. They make the food looks fresh, retaining their nutritional quality, texture, or any other parameters at the best level, suppressing the growth of harmful microbes. So here I have inserted a research paper in which the hyperbaric storage at room-like temperature as a possible alternative to refrigeration. In this research paper, they made that a room which have high pressure can be a alternate to refrigeration for the storage of food products. So now I am going to conclude my presentation. Low temperature preservation provides longer shelf life of food. It is carried out at above freezing and below 15 degrees Celsius. Refrigeration reduces the rate of biochemical and microbiological changes into the food. Once the food is drawn out from refrigerate condition, the surviving microorganisms can resume their growth and function. Means that if any product that is kept in refrigeration condition and now it has been taken out from that condition, refrigeration condition, and kept on the surface of any surface, it resumes the microorganism growth and can spoil sudden at a spontaneous level, so cause disease or spoilage if the proper conditions for microbial growth prevail. So here are the references from where I have taken that material for my presentation, and thank you.